I'm Lynne Cannon, and I am the CEO of Princeton Management Development Institute, which is a consulting firm that provides all types of organization development and human resource development and human resource services to large corporations, small companies, primarily in the pharmaceutical and biotechnology arena and healthcare arena. I'm chair of the board of Robert Wood Johnson Hamilton Hospital and the Healthcare Corporation. I am so honored by the chance to support a marvelous healthcare system. I have the chance to work with these marvelous business leaders and physicians. Top of the list is Mr. Skip Anthony Cimino, very well known in our community, in our state, and in our region for his leadership on multiple levels. And he is the CEO and president of Robert Wood Johnson Hamilton. I had a fire in my belly to run my own business since I was probably 8, but surely at 12, I wanted to be a leader. I would role play that when I was 12, pulling chairs and tables together and fantasizing. Now, moving beyond that, I said to myself, how do you get to that point though? If you want it, that's one thing. So it took a super education, a fabulous education, and being dedicated to it. It took role models along the way, not just the ones you grew up with in your own home or right on the street, but rather seeking out others, other women. Girl Scouts was one of my first. After I had been teaching a while, I went to work for GSUSA. What an experience. Great women, great mentors. I learned firsthand what it meant to have been so dedicated as so many of the volunteers are. I fell in love with them. In 1980, in the company that I was in, I was the first senior executive woman to have a child. And what was most important, aside from having the child, was that no one really expected women to come back to work in 1980 after they had a child. And so the fact that I came back 6 weeks after I had the child and started flying all over the world, and I know that I was breakthrough, not only in that company, but in those individuals' minds, particularly our gentlemen who were running the company. There are 3 women in my life who've been the major role models. My mother, Columbia Bibbo Petroli, my aunt, Dr. Trottle Panulo, and my grandmother, Catherine Bibbo. These women, their compassion and their grace and their intelligence was a huge gift to both their families and to their community. Growing up in Newark, New Jersey was the beginning of my total understanding of the importance of diversity. Every bus I took, we were so lucky to be able to get on a bus, and every culture, every race was on that bus every day, and everyone was mingled and mixed together. I think of life as a bus ride, and that we're on this bus together. I would give women, young women today, the advice to be as courageous as possible, and I think Girl Scouting encourages that as well. It means that, sure, there's always some fear, but that you can overcome that. It's never letting the fear take over. It's always recognizing that the dream is more important, and that if you're dreaming something that you want to be, and as long as you can keep that vision out there for yourself, then no one fear or one mistake or one failure prevents you from getting there. I was a role model for my own daughters. I have 2 daughters. One's now a doctor and the other one is in business. And I know that there are days when they're frightened to death. They keep moving forward. You've got to put one step in front of you every day and not worry about what was behind you. Just keep moving forward with optimism in your mind and in your spirit, and believe as much as possible in yourself. Because, you know, not everybody else is going to believe in you, so you better believe in you.